Hi, this is Dan England, adventure editor for the Greeley Tribune, and this is Capitol Peak. And that is what you see from the trailhead, so you know you're really in for it for the day. Because we decided to start at the trailhead and not camp in, we were treated to some pretty awesome sights right away, besides just the awesome face of the peak, including some cows that are kept by a rancher nearby. They actually mooed in the middle of the night, waking us up too. And there's the sunrise over Capitol Peak. We went to our tents, ready for a big day tomorrow. Capitol is probably the hardest 14er in Colorado. I don't think it's any even comes close, to be honest. And so we had an early start, and you could start to see the alpine glow coming. We actually started at 2:45 in the morning. So here's a good shots of the basin, and there's the saddle that you're going to take up and over, and you'll see some friends along the way. And once again, there's the alpine glow that just shows that we really had to start early. And as we got up to that saddle that I showed you there, we're going to take a few photos here of the neat sun, and then we're going to head over and down. When I climbed this the first time, I took the towers over, and you'll see what I mean eventually. Don't do that. So what that does is that puts you in this big rock field, and this is where the climb really starts, and this is where Capitol starts to earn its reputation. You kind of have to pick your way through all these really big boulders and do a lot of scrambling, and look at that, just a sea of rocks there. And this isn't even really the hard part. And so what we're doing is we're heading up to K2. And K2 is the point that really leads to Capitol's famed knife ridge. And yeah, you can start to see, it gets pretty serious right away. And this part actually freaked me out more than the knife edge did. It had me thinking a little bit. So there's your route. There's a good shot of when you come over K2. And there's the knife edge, folks. What can you say about the knife edge? It is exposed. It's scary, but it is solid, and that's the best thing about it is, you can kind of hang on the side and walk over, but the knife edge is one of those experiences that you just love to have in a Colorado 14er experience, and it can just be pretty darn awesome. It's one of those things you'll talk about the rest of your life. Unfortunately, the climb doesn't get much easier after that. In fact, I thought it was harder picking our way through and climbing and trying to find our way to the summit among all this loose exposed rock. But eventually you do find the final little ridge that leads you to the summit, and what an awesome feeling to be on top of Capitol, to be on the summit of probably one of the toughest mountains in Colorado. There's some 3 lakes from the summit that you see, and that's the thing about the knife edge, is you have to go back over it. But eventually you do find your way on trail. And this is where you're probably going to wind up finishing. We didn't get back to our tents till 8:30 that night if you do Capitol from the trailhead. There's a final shot of our goal. I hope one day it's yours too. Just be careful.